Everyone, it's Heidi from Flutter by Heidi, and today we're making a lovely card using the gorgeous mosaic mood and the perfectly framed stamp set. And here it is. It's just a really pretty card, and the idea behind this card is that you're going to do some mindful cutting out. So you sat there, we're all stuck indoors an awful lot at the moment, certainly not able to do what we normally do, and I find one of the great ways to overcome this is by doing some fussy cutting. So that is simply cutting out some of these beautiful designs you can see in this lovely paper here. So as well as we've got beautiful hummingbirds, on the reverse of these we have floral images. You can see here the roses that I've been cutting out. Great fun and a really good way to kind of pass the time. Lovely shades of mint macaron, and I think it's so saffron. It certainly looks like it. I'll double check the colours, but you know, each of those birds you can cut out and create lovely floral accents with. And so that's what I've done here. I've cut out this big rose image, lovely stamp set, perfectly framed, which goes with your Nate frames as well. Well worth getting those to add to your stash. Just adding a little accent, and then I've just made a modified easel fold. Very simply, I've done these before. You just cut a strip off both sides to create your card base. If you want to, you could stick those down. I deliberately haven't, because I just wanted to use those. And these are some of the side pieces. So this is on the edge of the paper, so you haven't got to lose those either. So let's get started. So to start off with, then you're going to need to create your card base. I'm using some thick Whisper White cardstock. You would probably get away with the standard because you're adding layers to both the inside and the front, but I just like the feel of this cardstock. So I'm creating a standard half sheet of A4 card base. So for me, that's cutting it down to 14.5 and scoring at 10.5. If you're across the pond, that'll be slightly different, but the principle is the same. So once you've created your half card base, line it up at 1 inch or 2.5 centimetres and cut from the bottom up to that centre score line. Okay, if you come a bit short, it doesn't matter. Turn it around and then you're going to cut from the top down to that centre score line. Okay, like so. Pop your trimmer to one side. I have pre-cut quite a few of my pieces, but I'll give you those measurements either here on my blog. And you're just going to cut on that score line to where you've cut your centre. So if, like this one, I cut slightly short, then just continue your cut line up to the top and keep those for another project. Fold that in half and just reinforce that line there. So then we're on to the decoration. Now here's my pieces, so lots of fussy cutting, kept it to one side and just popped it into some little bags to try and keep myself organised. So you're going to start off with the panels for the front here. So I've used some Blushing Bride, and that is 9 by 10 centimetres. And I'm just going to add that layer to the front of my card. So we just add that to the centre there. Now my next layer is some very vanilla, and that's 8.5 by 9.5 centimetres. Before I do my stamping though, I'm actually going to add my image. The reason for this is because it's obviously slightly, they're all slightly different sizes, and I didn't do one that was exactly the same as the other one. So I've just shaped that, and I'm going to grab my big dimensionals and add some of those to the reverse. And I'm kind of vaguely sort of putting it, you can see here, some of this will be hanging over. So I'm deliberately making sure that my dimensionals are in the sections that aren't going to be hanging over. So there we go, pop those on there. And then I'm going to place my card here. so. And this is so that I can just make sure that my big floral image is just going to come over the side edges and not over the edge of the card completely, so that it will still fit in the envelope without being damaged. So I'm going to want to leave space for my sentiment. So I think if I do that like so, that's going to leave just about enough space for my sentiment at the bottom here. And that's my Blushing Bride ink. Ooh, that needs a bit of bit of something to stop it squeaking. And I'm just going to come down the very bottom corner and add that in. There we go, like so. Okay, then all that needs to happen, oh look at that, I failed. There you go, there's no dimensional. Now that will either, because I haven't pushed it down too hard, will peel off fine. And I can pop that to one side to use later on. Best laid plans and all that. So this is where I hope I have got it right and haven't turned it. We're part way through. So, oh yes, here we go. So there's my front panel. Now what I've also done is already cut 2 strips of card, and these are 10 by 2.5 centimetres. And I'm going to add just a strip of 2 by 9.5 centimetres DSP to the side there, using this lovely, say it's as if it's been heat embossed. It's almost like a glazed effect. And I've just added those to 2 panels of some mint macaron cast-offs. So that's really pretty green. Now, so you've got a range of greens in there. Garden green, so you could always add that sort of darker garden green. I wanted to kind of keep it quite fresh and spring-like. Hence I've used the mint macaron in this instance. Just pop that on the other side as well. Just keep that little border. And then this is where you can go to town with whatever images you happen to have cut from your paper. So in this instance I've got a butterfly from the edge of one piece. I'm probably going to add a leaf. That actually could go. There we go, just add that bottom there, and I'm just using a tape runner here, but obviously you could pop whatever you wanted on there. Then all that's left is just to add my butterfly by a final dab of wet glue. So just on the back of the butterfly, just on that, I've just bent it in half. I'm just going to pop my butterfly with the wings open. So there we have a pair of pretty fussy cut floral images using the gorgeous mosaic mood paper. Pop along to my Stampin' Up shop to pick some up now, only available to the end of May, so if you like fussy cutting, this is absolutely perfect for you, and a great way to just chill out and relax and enjoy yourself. Take care, come back and see me again soon, and pop along to my Stampin' Up shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, or to my blog and follow the links. Bye now.